In 3, 2.
Super shrimp.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast, the only podcast that has guaranteed has a 30-day guaranteed return policy. So if you buy a game and you try it out for the weekend and you don't like it, of course, you can return it. What are you guys doing?
People can buy games from us?
Yeah, you don't know that?
And a return policy is if you play the game, then you can't return it. But if you try to return it, we get the money and the game.
And your soul.
And the only game is Persona 5.
Yep. You
So
can't
we're
play
just
any.
like a smidgen better than GameStop.
Yeah,
Just a little.
technically yes. It's very interesting how that works. Carp says, "Hi everyone." Hello, Carp.
Hello,
Good,
Carp.
baby.
Are you Magikarp?
I think that would
Magikarp gets a bad rep.
I know, he turns into a very powerful Pokemon.
Hey. No, I'm not talking about what he turns into. I'm talking about him himself. He tries hard.
Decrepit
Yeah,
Storm
it's
says,
hard.
"I think it's you guys who are playing a game on us." Yes, the game of
That's
trying
true.
to get your attention, Baka. Notice me, senpai.
I bet Nusi was a sooner there. The moment he told me that he liked Reen,
What?
I was like,
Bro,
I
Ren's
know
great.
what type of guy I'm dealing with.
What do you mean?
Yeah, she is. She is, but yeah.
The stream is buffering. I hope nothing is
Good night, everybody.
Just immediately just give up.
Yep. It buffers one time and it's like, well, we lose.
Yeah, we tried. Huh?
I'm not sure what's going on there. Keep an eye in the comments.
It's not
Or,
buffering on my end.
It is for me. Buffering and it's giving me a bunch of warnings, so why that is, who knows? So, if you don't know, this is the King of Anime podcast, the only podcast in the entire world that covers seasonal anime, as far as I'm aware. And at the beginning of every season, we lock in a bunch of anime, and throughout the season, we either kill or pass things. So it takes 2 kills to kill something, 2 passes to pass something. And near the end, or at the end of the season, we do an award show, which is probably coming up next week, or the week after. We'll see.
Next week.
Yeah, so that should be a lot of fun. And as well, we take viewer questions. Which we should go ahead and do that right now. In the Google Docs, or in the description, you can
how many
find...
we have. We have a grand total of...
I have 8.
Oh, shoot. Nice.
It's more than I can count.
Yep.
That's more fingers than I have.
What happened to your 2 other fingers?
I don't want to talk about it. Let's just say that there was a brick wall, a bear was involved, and before I knew it, I lost 2 fingers.
Cocaine bear.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Cocaine bear.
So, let's get into viewer questions. First question we have of the evening is, supposing you had to choose, what would you prefer in a manga/anime? Good action and choreography, or good character building and storytelling?
Oh, okay, wait. Let me look at it again. Good action choreography or good characters building? Oh, definitely the latter. I wasn't invested in the characters. I didn't actually care about the fights. So that, as opposed to, like, I don't know what has good character building and storytelling. A lot of different shows. Let's just say Berserk. I'll take Berserk over God of High School.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, I like a good story and characters and world building and story building as well. The fights could even suck. I mean, not X-arm length bad, but I mean, at least if the story's good, you'll always have my attention.
Well, I think with this question, like everything needs to be nuanced. Everything has to be taken as like you're judging the series for what it has. But I still believe that like if you just ask me on the surface, good storytelling or good fights or good action and choreography, I'm going to choose the storytelling. But for example, the reason I bring this up, if you're an action-oriented series, if you're a battle shonen series, and your fights suck, that's bad. That's a big negative. But if you're a slice of life series that just happen to have fights, and your fights suck, that's not a detriment to the series. So it also matters what kind of series you're talking about when you ask this question.
Yeah, because Demon Slayer,
by case metric.
Imagine if Demon Slayer didn't have good action.
Oh my god.
It'd be weird.
But just had good stories.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of like
It would still be good.
Yeah, it'd still be good because Demon Slayer has a really decent story, so it'd be fine. It just wouldn't be as great because the fights is kind of, you know, the story is what makes the fights. So, and the fights are what make the story. So it'd be weird. Or like Dragon Ball Z without fighting. That'd be strange.
I don't even know like how that would work, honestly.
It would literally just be filler episodes of people talking and watching people fight without seeing them fight.
Oh man. Yeah, I think I prefer much more story though, just because I like story. I like analyzing story. I like analyzing characters. It's very fun. So I don't think I would trade that for action just because, you know, you get to look at a cool fight. Even though it is animation, at the end of the day, it's still a storytelling medium, not a showing medium.
Yeah.
Kira96 said, imagine if Blade the Immortal had the UFO table machine behind them. That would be great.
That'd be pretty nice.
That'd be one of my favorite anime. But, you know how to...
Nathaniel said, I haven't watched Trigun Stampede, but I did watch the original Trigun. Is? I don't know exactly what you're saying, Nathaniel, but we also watched the...
Is it good?
Oh, is it good? Yes, we'll talk about it more.
Oh yeah,
we'll draw the comparison. But
we are definitely going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Stampede is great, indeed. But yeah, that's me. So, next question: what series do you most want a new season of? ReZero, 86, etc. It could be anything.
A lot.
Well,
we get this question a lot, I think.
Yeah. Well, ReZero is getting a sequel, so.
Yep.
You would know that.
No, it's been like everywhere. Like, the trailer came out.
It's because
Yeah, but Sasuke, we know why he knows. He was like the first one to know.
Oh well, yeah. I kind of knew. I think I knew before it even happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because Vladilena said, "See, Tactics, I'm coming to you next season."
Wait, 86 is getting another season?
Isn't that what you just said?
No, ReZero.
ReZero.
Oh, fuck me.
I was about to freak out.
Were you about to burst?
I quoted the wrong show, okay?
Oh my god.
Oh, I know what I want to get a second season. I need a second season of Hinamatsuri.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that'd be great.
Really, I don't understand how I didn't get a second season. Well, I guess it just didn't sell too well or whatever, but it would have been a really good show. I already think the first season is funny enough, but if they did a second season, a lot of good moments with Hina in particular. It's a little time skip, so you get to see the characters mature a lot more. So it would have been a good time.
I'm gonna go with Land of the Lustrous. I think that definitely needs a sequel. I think we're probably gonna get one eventually, as long as the manga is continuing. But I do think it definitely needs one. Just because of the way it ended, it was so freaking cool. And of course, you know, watching Trigun Stampede, also topical. Because that was also an anime done by the studio that did Trigun Stampede. And we just need more rock girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that when I walk outside, rocks just don't turn into anime girls? Why?
Because you scared them away.
What?
Right. They're like, there comes sea tactics. Turn back to a rock.
Yeah. Oh my god. What do you mean? I treat the rocks properly.
I mean, do you constantly piss on them?
No.
That might be what's holding you back.
I feel like if I said yes, I'd still lose this situation.
But as for me, it'll never happen, but it would be a dream of mine if they did High School of the Dead season 2. I know it'll never happen, but it's fine. Need some more Sekirei.
I have something to announce to you,
more.
EA.
No, don't say it. It's not happening.
Will be producing season 2 exclusively. High School of the Dead. Damned.
You
Of the
will?
living. Yes. I
Are
am
you gonna
funding
do
it.
like all the characters?
I'm voicing it. I'm doing it all myself. Promotion, animation, writing.
Oh my god.
It'll all
dropping
be
the
me.
First episode. It's gonna have like some cuck plot line.
No,
Some
no,
code
no.
plot line. Some character that he created with 2 characters mixed together. Will just show up.
I don't know what you're talking about. Not one bit.
But,
See, even
yes.
Decrepit Storm in the chat, he says, "Yeah, that will be cool."
He's gonna use it to promote Vladilena, or not
Right.
Vladilena. Sabelina.
Well, Sabelina's great. Why wouldn't she be in it?
She's gonna show up, and then all her exposition is gonna be like the merch that you should buy if you want to survive the zombie apocalypse. And then
God.
she's gonna leave.
I literally completely
That's
forgot
all
I
he
had
wears
merch.
is that shirt.
Decrepit Storm said, "I said that 2 minutes before you said it." Yeah, because great minds think alike.
Yeah, but also Hyoka would be a great for another season.
When
Good choice.
Wouldn't be surprised if it is going to get another season. At this point,
I've been wanting that one to be a second season for a long time.
I'm curious.
Let me show you.
oh my god. Next question. You open up a massage business. Which anime character would you want to be coming to your business for a foot massage session? Yes, Satsuki. Which?
Oh yeah, this is easy. Satsuki Kiryuin. So she wears heels all the time, can't be too comfortable, and then she's always like, stepping in them and fighting in them. I know her feet have to be worn out, so that's the person I would go with. Just going with somebody who probably has a lot of stress in that area.
So you want to you want to improve somebody's day. That's your thing.
Yeah, I mean, they said open up a massage business. This doesn't mean that you're the one that's doing it. It's just that they're the ones receiving it from somebody in your business. So,
I'm gonna say Canute. I feel he deserves it.
it's a long day of backstabbing people.
Yeah, it's hard, some people are tall. You gotta go on the tippy toes and you gotta reach up and you gotta walk over to him to backstab him. It's really difficult to do. Listen, let's give Canute a break here and let's give him a foot rub.
Well, let's give him a break, all right. Snap his neck.
Good.
I don't know. I can't think of people that would need a foot massage.
Who walks a lot? Oh,
Yeah, who walks a lot?
Arte.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Guts. Asuka.
Yeah, one of them.
The Wall
I'll,
Titans.
Okay. Not the wall tighten. Yeah, they're on their feet a lot, but that's a massage you could never fulfill.
Unless you turn into a
start
wall
with
titan.
the toe, and then you would never get to the heel.
What if Aaron was just like, I order all wall titans to massage each other's feet, and that was like the rumbling?
Then this would become your cuck ending. Oh my god. But, I don't know, I think Casa would be a good one. That's a good one. Every time you massage, she says, it's because of you. My feet feel better.
Hey, good point. Good point. There's actually a lot of people we could get foot rubs to. I don't feel like this is such a hard question. I feel it's just at this point of like, is our business of massaging big enough to reach them? Like, are we gonna have like
expand?
Yeah, we gotta expand. Gotta get more offices and locations so we can get the the foot rubbing business.
Welcome to the KOA foot massage, where your feet is just one rub away. QRW6 says waiting for C to announce the limited edition Sabelina figure.
You got to make it look like the Power one.
The Power has
The
a
one that
figure?
Yeah, the one that recently came out.
The bunny one?
It's interesting.
I'm worried.
I'll if I find it, I'll post it in the chat. It's interesting.
Why are you saying it like that?
Because it's interesting. See?
I guess you could
Okay,
say.
I found it.
Oh shit.
See how interesting this is.
And go.
Oh,
She's got no pants.
that is.
And that's the same shirt she wore. Man, she just took a dump right after that.
So that's what Power wears.
And didn't flush.
So that's why everyone hates Power and Chainsaw Man. Doesn't put on any pants.
The Makimo one is even worse.
Oh god.
Like, it's legit terrible.
Oh my god, what the fuck? Why?
Who came up with this?
Wow. Her
Her spine.
Like that dog. It's like that dog from Watamote that goes.
The Cunning's dog.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck is the dog? Why is its head there? Its head should not be there.
You know why? It's
So,
searching for treats.
Makimo likes
you guys
dogs a little too much.
To give you guys the explicit details of the figurine, if you haven't seen it, the Power one is basically just her wearing the same shirt as she wore when she told Denji she could touch, or he could touch her boobs, and then she's wearing no pants, just the thong, and it's high up there, and she's still wearing shoes for some reason.
It's almost like floss.
Pretty much. So the cheeks are out. The Makima one is she's sitting on a stool. Her legs are kind of spread open. She's holding a leash in one hand, and the other hand is on the top of a dog's head, whose head is between her legs and is close to her nether regions.
How did you find?
I kept seeing it on my timeline.
Chainsaw Man fans will buy anything. It's official.
Rough.
Next question. Some aliens land in the United States. I don't know why specifically the U.S., but they say that aliens land in the United States asking for the best anime, or they'll destroy the world. Which anime are you giving them to watch? This should be easy.
I mean,
you gotta give them something with aliens.
Cowboy Bebop.
would they like that though?
Right.
Who doesn't like Cowboy Bebop?
I feel like you gotta give them something with aliens to like make them be like, ooh, they like aliens and whatever. So
Shuko Lolly.
Oh,
no, they'd blow up the world.
No, they go. Oh
In 2
yes,
seconds.
sister. And they'll
see,
be.
I think if you're going to recommend them something, you don't recommend them anything space related or alien related, because then they'll be like, "That's not how we really are. What the fuck is this?" And they'll just be offended. So I wanted to say Kill La Kill, but I forgot the clothes are kind of aliens, so that may not be a good choice. So what would be my next bet? I guess like Fruits Basket doesn't have aliens, so I'll give them that.
High School DxD.
Maybe they like boobs. Who knows?
You know what? I think High School DxD is a great choice.
There you go.
You know, it's about demons. It's not about aliens. And they'd be like, I don't know who these women are with these clothes, but I love
Why are they
the
posh
plot.
in British?
That's how aliens sound like.
Well, we figured it out. It's going to be High School DxD. We're going to show the aliens, the half-naked ladies. You're going to like it.
The world is going to they're going to blow out the world.
No, it'll be saved because they'll like what they see.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be, listen, you got to be positive, Satsuki.
Especially when they get to Aquino.
So,
Ada.
so you're saying booze will save the world?
Yes.
Yes, in more ways than one. You know what they
That's
say? Thick thighs save lives.
They do say that.
Harp says, are they humanoid aliens or just tentacles? Great
I don't know.
distinction.
What's specified?
Because
Next question.
if it's tentacles, we know what we know.
Bible Black.
Yeah.
Does that have tentacles?
I don't know.
Does it? We never
You
watched
know
it.
this, see.
I guess we're watching it for Nakama Club. It's official.
Fuck.
Bible Black for Nakama Club.
Please.
I'm officially retiring.
Oh my god. Next question. Which anime series would be better off condensed into a 60 to 80 minute movie? That's interesting.
That's an interesting question.
Huh.
I don't know.
Condensed to a movie? I feel like they do that with a lot of anime already.
I don't know
Majin Buu
if I
Saga.
would. Wait, what?
Majin Buu.
Wait, Majin Buu Saga?
Yeah, the whole Buu saga.
Just condense that to a movie.
Yeah. Why not? It's be very,
60
very
minutes
easy.
of beat you up.
I don't
well,
know, because I feel like for most shows that you like, you would want more episodes of. So like saying you want something condensed, I don't know if I would want that for any show that I actually like. So
Promise Goofy Land.
I mean,
It was already condensed, technically. Why
Gotta
are we
make it
condensing
even
it more?
I don't know. You know what? I think Kakaguri Twin may have been better condensed because it was 6 episodes anyways, and then maybe if you do it as a movie, it'll just like flow a little better. Yeah, let's go for that Kakaguri Twin. Oh, you know what they could have done? They could have did that with Fooly Cooly or something like that.
Oh, that is a great point. They're
That was
already
a good one. I'm gonna use it. Fully Coolly.
yeah. Already short,
Twinsies.
so it could probably work.
And you can use the frickin' song at the end too. Ba-da-doo-doo-doo.
Banana, banana,
Ba-da-doo-doo-doo.
banana, banana.
It's a great song.
Decrepit Storm says X-Arm, so EA doesn't have to suffer as long.
I was thinking about saying that, but I was like, yeah, how you could probably condense that because I don't even, does anybody know what the story was?
Of
Something
X-Arm?
to- yeah.
That's a great
Next
question. Next question. What's an item from an anime that would sell tremendously, but people haven't made yet? Kind of like the Naruto headband. Power bathwater? Makima leashes?
It's actually pretty good. People would buy that.
People would buy these things.
Something that would sell well. I don't know. Because I got to think of something that doesn't already exist.
Just sell the Dragon Balls, like the actual Dragon Balls, so that people can make wishes.
The Dargon Balls.
I mean, they got to have that somewhere. Somebody has to have made Dragon Balls.
With an actual dragon that grants you wishes?
Okay. Do we have anybody that can do that?
Yeah.
We just have like Dende on Earth.
Yeah,
oh,
dude.
Okay.
That's my dad.
We'll just go up to him. He's old now, and he'll be like,
Yeah.
"Well, my hip ain't what it used to be, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grant a wish now." He's gonna do it.
Well, my pick is Makima leashes in Power Bathwater, or I guess that wouldn't exist technically, but she doesn't take baths, so you just get an empty jar.
Well, I mean, it'll still sell.
Yeah, somehow.
Let's go with a Death Note.
Power.
I know it exists, but let's go with a Death Note. People will love that.
Oh yeah, they would.
Yeah. You could also sell like L's sweets. In fact, here's a brilliant billion-dollar idea. Make an L's sweet shop where our prices and food is so good it's to die for.
Makes me want to cry.
Second to last question. Time to settle the argument once and for all. Oh my god. Who is your one and only waifu?
That question sounds like they were upset we didn't answer them last time.
They want us to lock in with this.
One and only. You cannot have a harem.
Saber? Can I say a video game? Marianne from Fire Emblem?
Well, you can't say that because he said one and only. So you gotta choose.
I'm picking Saber.
Okay. Well, for me, I've been kind of consistent with this because it goes deeper than looks. It goes with personality. No. It is Holo the Wise Wolf. That's my lock-in.
That is your lock of the week.
Yes.
Technically, you could call her Holo, and it would make sense. And you could do it with the Makima collars, too.
What?
Yeah, because she's like a wolf.
Okay, sir. First of all, she's a deity.
Yeah, but she calls herself the Wise Wolf. What if she's like... What if she tries to attack somebody or run away?
That's all I need is a little wheat, and then we don't have to worry about the whole wolf thing.
I cry. Nathaniel
said Balsa from Mori
yeah,
Pito.
I've never seen somebody bring up Balsa.
Balsa's great.
Oh, she's amazing. Voiced by what was her name? It's the same voice actress that does Captain Shepard in Mass Effect.
I'm not sure.
We do need more animes where people use staffs. Staffs are great. Oh, we're gonna be watching one next week, or maybe the week after. That should be great.
We are?
Yeah.
Huh?
Fate Zero.
Oh, okay.
Decrepit Storm says the Wise Wolf would. Wow. Randon Lewis says C's waifu is Lena. Only right answer. True. No. I've already proved it. Listen.
That'd be his like side chick.
Listen, I still have the PowerPoint loaded up, by the way. I can still switch over. And we could go back over it.
Please don't.
Please someone corrupt that file.
Oh my god. Last question. Would Satsuki rather have Puri Puri prisoner or President Ugly as his roommate?
Me personally, President Ugly. Puri Puri is literally yeah. He's
He has his way with people.
yeah. President Ugly is more. He'll probably kill me, maybe even torture me. But I mean, I'm getting the same thing with Puri Puri.
Damn.
At the very least, I can maybe hope that I won't get tortured by President Ugly sexually. So,
Well,
yeah.
I guess we should go ahead and get into our main topic of the evening. We don't have Code Geass. We finished it last week. So, that means we start with Buddy Daddies, episode 11. Oh my god, I copy and pasted the whole thing by accident. Oops. I did not like this episode. I thought it
Terrible.
was really bad.
This was stupid.
So basically, this is the reason why it's bad. It's not because there is technically everything in it was logically sound by its like if you were to look at it in a vacuum, this would be totally fine. However, they bring back the mother to kill her the next episode. So, and then they totally just skip over the whole thing of her dying pretty much, and they're like, we can be parents again. And literally the show, this episode was really dark when it started out. And it was pretty dark throughout the entire thing. And then by the end of it, they're really happy. They're like, "Oh, yay, Miri's mom is dead. We can be fathers again." And I'm just like, "Why? Why are you bringing her back to immediately kill her?" They wrote themselves into a corner. They should have never had this character in the series to begin with. It really is not that hard. You don't have to wrap the story up like this. You could literally just have it be a slice of life series where it ends with them all just being happy. That's it. You don't gotta have this, because this show literally they literally fucked it up royally, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because they went from like a decent 7 out of 10, 8, 7.5, maybe an 8. You really like it out of 10, to like 5. Like this was bad. This was a blunder. This was a complete fumble. They literally had it. This is stupid. This is like Licorice Recoil kind of ending energy, but worse. What'd you guys think about it?
I kind of feel the same way you do. It was basically, the last episode was really, really good. It was well written and it was perfectly executed. No pun intended. But I just feel like I was hoping that they would like do something different. Like I said, I was hoping for a time skip, but obviously we didn't get that here. And instead, I feel like it wasn't even 24 hours. She gets the kid, and then all of a sudden opens the door, boom, she gets shot and she's dead. And I'm just like, really? I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't like her character from the beginning because of how selfish she was, but you could really tell that she was trying to redeem herself. And I think that's the part that really kind of made me upset by it. It's like, okay, well, maybe we'll actually see her, because wasn't she gonna die anyway? Wasn't she like sick
she had
or something?
cancer.
Yeah. So I just say, let's play that out. She dies of cancer, but instead she dies of a bullet, and it's just like, we couldn't. And you're basically right. See, like, oh, we could be a family again. The mother's dead. Hooray! It just felt so dumb. Because now, what I feel like is going to happen these next couple episodes is the way I didn't want them to go, which is, let's take on the whole agency and kill everybody. Because that's where it's going to be going now, and now everything's just going to be average from here on out. And it's just like it could have been so much better, but they went and they pulled it and did this instead.
Well, I'll say I didn't think this episode was bad. I do think that it's gearing for a underwhelming finale. It's one of those episodes to where you can see where it's going, and I agree with EA. I think where it's probably going to go is that we're going to murder like Ray's dad and other evil assassin guy, and that's the type of ending that we're going to have. Now, when it came to like the death and everything, like we got to think like what was the purpose of the death? I think while I do think it was rushed in a sense that I think Miri should have spent more time with the mother, if not for anything, just to see how the mother was going to navigate with Miri asking questions as to where her dad's went and her having to deal with the fact that missed time she had with Miri meant something. I would have, of course, like wanted like more episodes, maybe 2-3 more episodes of them living together, just to see that. That was rushed. They could have did more with her character, but I think what you got, or what they were trying to go for, is to just show you like how royally unfit Ray and Kazuki were to take care of Miri. And I think that realization was shown with Kazuki saying like, you know, we should give her to an orphanage because of us having this background that's going to end up endangering Miri. The issue is then, you know, Ray comes in there and is like, no, we can be her parents. And I'm like, I don't know how you figure that, because you guys' past literally led to her mother's death and her father's death for that matter, even though he was a piece of shit. But yeah, you guys kind of orphaned her. So I'm not mad that they want to be Miri's parents, and I'm not mad with the tonal shift when it came to them being, you know, ending the episode on a positive note, just because it's not like they cared about Miri's mother like that. They cared about what she meant to Miri, but they don't personally, you know, like her or anything like that. But I understand why that was jarring. Yeah, you can definitely tell that this should have been maybe like 20 episodes or so, just so they can kind of flesh out or make the death more meaningful with Miri's mom and resolving this plot line with Ray's dad, because it's one more episode left. So while I don't think this episode is the episode to condemn, I definitely think next episode is going to be the one that will end up being the stinker one.
I also feel like, you know, after the mother died and everything, Miri slept through gunfire and all kinds of other stuff, and didn't even wake up.
And a police siren.
Right, that too. She's just like slightly annoyed, and she conveniently, perfectly wakes up after everything, and is just like, "Where's mom?" And they once again lying to her. "Oh, she's just going out to get some milk, sweetie. Just go back to sleep." It's
milk
like,
and cigarettes.
oh, just.
You haven't slept through your parents' death?
No.
3 or 4 times.
How many parents do you have?
And you know what? If they were looking to do the whole having her mother die right then and there, I honestly feel like it would have been more impactful and more interesting had Mary been awake and seeing this stuff happen, and then, you know, Kazuki and Ray come in and try to save her and everything, and then she sees that her mother's dead because of that. I feel
Also,
like that would have been more impactful than it would have been just sleeping through it all.
Also, this assassin is horrible at his job. How is he an assassin?
He's horrible and just they try to make him out to be a badass too. It's like, I want to hear your final words.
Bro,
eat my ass. That's
he
my
did-
final words.
He didn't even like stake out or anything like that. He didn't even have like, he didn't even know that these two guys were there and would probably interfere because they're emotionally involved. Didn't like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just so bad. That guy is the worst character in this series, easily, because he's dumb. And he delays them killing. He like, there was like 8 times where he could have just shot him, and it's like that Austin Powers joke. It's like, I could just give me a gun and I'll shoot him.
Well, that was the stupid part, because like even with him thinking the cops are coming, you're an assassin. This is what you do. So
Never
why
supposed to
didn't
have
you
the cops
just-
called on you if you're an assassin.
Well, it's just that even if that, even with what happened, he escapes through the window. I mean, you still could have killed him. What was really stopping you? It's not like that's going to. It's the whole thing of when people go, we don't have enough time, but they have enough time to explain all this other stuff.
Like in Destiny.
Kazuki missed. He shot the gun and totally missed. He was like 2 feet in front of him and somehow missed.
But he could shoot him in the shoulder. He could shoot the mother in the stomach. And I'm like, why, if you're an assassin, why would you shoot the mother in the stomach first?
I mean, well, they at least did this. They established that he was one of those characters that kind of tortures you, and that he won't kill you immediately, and he wants to write down your final words. So they at least established that, to where it didn't come out of nowhere, and it, like, there was plot convenience, but at least they established that part of his character to where
Fair enough.
it made sense that he did what he did in that scene.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It just felt so crazy because the last episode before this one was so good and well written that this episode just kind of like takes all that emotional impact from that other episode and just flushes it down the toilet, literally.
Carp says,
Oh, go ahead.
Carp says it felt like they wanted to bring the mom to have more drama and then didn't know what to do next.
Pretty much.
I mean, probably.
I mean,
I think that
I
the
don't know.
issue I want to have is that, so them kill, like, Miri not asking about her father makes sense because she's never seen her biological father, but the mother, them saying like, oh yeah, she's on a trip. I want to see how exactly they explain that to Miri. Obviously, you don't want to just tell a child that your mother's dead, but that's kind of the issue that I have with it being one more episode, is that I think you're not going to see a lot of ramifications of what you should see with the plot lines they set up. Like I said, how are they going to explain that Miri's mom is dead? How are they going to take out this organization exactly? It's a lot of questions to be asked.
Yeah, they're gonna do it. They're gonna like do it in like a puppet show for Mary. Here's your mom. Here's her now. It's so messed up.
And through the power of Knut's curse, you can now see her severed head for the rest of your life.
Oh my god. They just make a head for her to carry around.
It's like Lollipop Chainsaw, where the girl's boyfriend is literally on a head.
Wow. Aren't they remaking that game?
They already did. They remastered it.
That's right.
I want to play. I've never played it.
Interesting game.
Yeah. They should do an anime of it. It'd work.
I think it would be perfect as an anime.
Yeah. And a live action. Good stuff. Not Buddy Daddies, though. Buddy Daddies. My opinions of this show went down the toilet. I just can't take it seriously anymore.
It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, it's definitely not the worst anime I've seen, and especially not the worst original, for sure. But I definitely feel like this episode really hurt the series more than it did good. I agree. I feel like they just didn't know what to do at this point, and they just said, just kill her. So yeah,
It also
I don't even know what's gonna happen now, but it's definitely gonna be rushed.
it also makes the main characters feel contrived as well. Because now it's like, well, why were they? Because throughout the entire series, why were they assassins to begin with? Oh, well, now we know. It's so we can have this. It's this. It's weird
Right.
because they could have just not, made them assassins.
That's why I feel like it would have been so much better for them to just go on doing assassin stuff, and then have that time skip or whatever, and then they could see Mary or whatever. But now let's do it this way and ship Ray and Kazuki.
Yeah, the time skip would be so much better
Are you in trouble?
because they could just go like Miri's mother died in the flashback, and then that's it, and it's not that bad. It's not the worst. It's better than this.
Yeah. It's better than I could have been a better mother, but now I'm bleeding out. Please take care of her.
Yeah, it's like I didn't want to see the mother get shot either. That's the thing.
No.
Like she'd already went through like a bunch of stuff, so it's like it also felt kind of cruel. I felt like they were just kind of taking away something. I don't know.
It was pretty. It's pretty dark when you think about it, because it's like, okay, we understand her issues, but like, let's talk about like what happened in her life. She was with this guy who was basically pimping her out. She couldn't sing anymore, which was her calling in life. She got cancer, was reunited with her kid for like 2 days at the most, and then gets shot in the stomach.
Damn. When you put it that way, you're right. She really got the shaft in this show
In life.
and in life.
All of this like probably a couple of days before Christmas Day.
No.
Remember, kids, don't do drugs, because this is what happens when you do the drugs. Assassins come to your house and kill your mother.
True story.
Happened to me like
Yep.
8 times.
And then your last words to the assassin that kills you, you just tell them,
Bankai.
"Oh,
And you blow them up.
yep, Bankai.
But you gotta do the pause. So it's Bon Kai! And then you just like
Bankai.
then you like hit him really hard with your dick.
Wait, well, okay.
You also gotta kiss him too.
He wasn't going to do that, EA.
We should,
Okay.
You know what? Now that you say that, Satsuki, that's a good point. We should bring in Sean.
Okay.
You're gonna bring in Sean to kiss him?
Yeah, he'll do the kiss for me. You can't kiss
Okay.
Canute though.
Guys, I have another thing to bitch about.
Oh, shit.
So, with Miri's mother's death, this is a plot point I know I know, trust me. I know they are not going to cover this. So she's died in this apartment by herself. They're going to have to do like some background check on her and realize that she has a daughter, because it's not like this daughter's just some mysterious orphan that came out of nowhere. Like, that's her biological daughter. They should like, unless they haven't changed Miri's identity. They just like forward some papers so she can go to this daycare. So the police should be on Kazuki and Ren's asses because of this event.
Yeah. I mean, you would think, but they're probably gonna inspect everything and go, "Yep, she slipped and fell on a pencil. Case closed."
I hate when that fucking happens.
Oh, but that would make the most sense, because yeah, the police would be like, "All right, does she have any relatives? She has a daughter. Where's the daughter? Well, according to this, she's going to this daycare. All right, let's get her."
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Miri's stuff is
that won't
all
happen.
there, so they will probably have pictures too. So,
Right.
but I know that's not going to be looked at.
No, they're gonna be like, she slipped on a banana peel and broke her neck. That's all it's gonna be.
Also, another thing to complain about. Why are we killing MILFs? Why are we doing that?
Because they knew you were watching it, see?
MILFs deserve to live. Okay? And if you kill a MILF, you kill me.
In the arms of...
Exactly. So donate just a quarter, and you'll receive in a mail a letter from a MILF in need. These MILFs don't deserve to die, and you can be the change for those MILFs. Kind of perfect.
Beautiful.
That it?
Miri's an orphan now.
Damn.
Yep. The only people that are her real parents are in the ground.
And then she's going to have grandparents that they never check up on.
Oh. Yeah, they have grandparents too. It's like the grandparents don't care. It's like the father and the mother is dead now. It's like, kids nowadays.
Back in my day, didn't even have parents. Had to get them myself.
And we were just asexual.
Well, let's go ahead and get into our second show, our penultimate show of the evening, Trigun Stampede, episode 12.
Trigun Stampede, y'all.
So Carp was there last night. I watched this with Carp last night, and Adora Burby, as we call him. I was like yelling at the end. I was screaming. I was freaking out. You can ask them. They'll vouch. Okay, so I don't even know where to start, really. I mean, okay, so what did you guys think about the episode?
I thought it was a very, very, very good ending to season 1. I've been saying it this whole season, but they've done Knives justice. He has purpose. He's a great villain, and he's probably my husbando of the season. You know, he's just that good. And I just liked the story progression. I thought the fighting was perfect. The music that went with the fighting was perfect. The score, the absolute incredible scene where he's, shooting the whatever the hell that was, and Knives is turning into bones, and that was so good. And just how you literally see Meryl go from this naive, young, inexperienced person to kind of like somebody that knows the land now, and I thought that was very well done. I really liked this episode, and I'm dying. I thought I didn't think I would say this by the end, but I'm looking forward to season 2.
Okay, as for me, I thought this episode was amazing. I was wrong on a lot of things concerning. I want to talk about it in more detail, all of us. But the whole Millie thing at the end.
It's so good.
Well, with this having a season 2, it just I didn't say it wouldn't have a season 2. I just wasn't sure. But I'm so glad we're having a season 2, because I didn't want things to end. I didn't want it to get like this rush ending, and I think that's what would happen if it didn't get a season 2. But this episode was great. I think my main issue with Trigun, which I already detailed like back in episode 4 or 5, whatever, was the fact that Vash wasn't the Vash that I grew to love in the OG anime because of the lack of comedy and the tonal shift. But knowing that we're going to have a season 2 and knowing that it's weird that this doesn't have anything to do with Vash, but I think it means something good in the future. Because I know Millie's going to be in season 2, I think a lot of the issues I had with this Trigun, which was that the comedy is kind of stripped from it, that will be in season 2 because of Millie. Like, you can't have Millie without her being a comedic character. You can't just, it's not going to work. Millie isn't Millie without being hilarious. So because I know she exists in season 2, I know some of the old Trigun and the comedy and stuff like that is going to be present in season 2, which would pretty much address the main issue I had with this. So that leads me to just look at this like, I don't really have any issues with Trigun Stampede at all, knowing what's going to be in season 2. I mean, I think it did everything well as being this prequel to the events that we got with the OG anime, but still being unique enough to where I'm like, people kind of ask me where or how should I watch Trigun, and I'm like, go into the OG and then go to Stampede. Don't do Stampede and then the OG, or just pick one or the other. I think Stampede has established itself as a prequel while also making it, or also being this thing that it's like a good supplement, and it does enough.
I'll tell you a good comparison. I've been making it for the last like 3 weeks. Final Fantasy VII to Final Fantasy VII Remake. People think it's a Final Fantasy VII Remake is just a remake. It's actually a sequel to Final Fantasy VII. It's not just a remake. And it's like, if you don't play Final Fantasy VII, you're not gonna know what the hell's going on in Remake. Or why it's important, right? So
yeah, I don't know if there's an anime equivalent to that. We've already made this comparison of the Full Metal Alchemist, 2003 version, the anime, because somebody, when I posted about Trigun on Twitter, they had some issues because they are one of those people who watch the OG anime, and they were kind of skeptical to go into Stampede because the animation being CG and just having this resistance to the new thing. And they compared it to Berserk, like 2016 Berserk and 2017. They, of course, they weren't knowledgeable like what's going on in Stampede, but I was like, I don't think that's a good comparison because first and foremost, it's Studio Orange doing this, Land of Illustrious, Beastars, good CG, probably the best CG you're going to get in an anime, at least in the TV anime. So that the animation shouldn't be a worry. And then just story wise, this story is different than Trigun. They aren't retelling the story. A lot of the characters still exist. Zazie the Beast, Wolfwood, Vash, Marrow, all these characters still exist, but they're doing something completely different with it. And in my opinion, the story has been better than the OG Trigun. Now, I don't think I'm in love with the characters as much, but the story,
it's way better written.
Is way more concise than Trigun, way more focused. There's no filler. It just feels like they knew exactly what they wanted to do, and everything has worked out perfectly. That, like, or Knives is so much better in Stampede. It's not even funny.
Oh, much better.
Every villain,
you can't even compare him to the original one. The original one is, the extra person number 2.
Yeah.
Compared to this guy.
There is no villain in the original Trigun that is good, pretty much, besides Legato. That's it. But with this, every single one of them is great, and they're reinventions of. They're really just better. They're just better. That's really it.
It's so crazy, like how almost everything that you would think or you would question about the OG Trigun, like I think EA, you asked us like, why is Nas like taking action in the last 2 episodes? Like, why now? And then
Yeah.
we get this to where we see Vash, hit him with the, I don't know what you want to call it, the particle cannon, whatever. And that explains why he would be absent in the, for, it was like a 2-year time skip. That explains why he's not here.
Right.
And it explains why other villains would be put in the forefront, and maybe Nas makes a return towards the end or whatever. That's explained. The whole July being destroyed, we don't get to just. It's not just told to us; we see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They literally took every pre-existing element of Trigun, and they just improved upon every single element. I like, we even got, like, literally, I don't know, to me, this anime is a perfect example of exactly why you should not judge a book by its cover and judge things fairly. Because by the end of this season, by this episode, literally every single complaint somebody had about Trigun Stampede is gone. All of it. The whole, oh, they're replacing Millie. Well, no, they aren't. Millie's back. Oh, well, they're disgracing the story, and it's not the same. Well, no, the story's better.
Z.
He's a Zoomer. He looks like a 12-year-old. Well, now you got your classic Vash look back, and not only that, but you got Eric's as well. Like,
remember how we had to complain about Eric's and kind of like he was just like depressed for an episode or whatever. Like, that's why I love Stampede. It just, everything flows a lot better. I don't know how the manga is in regards like to the OG anime, but like Eric's coming in at this time makes way more sense than when Eric showed up in the OG anime.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm most impressed with. It's not just that they're making callbacks to certain characters or events that happen. It's the fact they rearranged them to where it flows way better.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a fan, and I will definitely be the first to admit that when I first saw this, I thought for sure it was not going to be as good as the original, just because it was different. But that's not to say I didn't give it a fair shake, because I feel like I did, and there was times where I was like trying to compare, but then I think once I realized I shouldn't compare and I should just enjoy it for what it is, I got to really like the show more. And yeah, I can honestly say that it's a good, I guess, what would you call it, a requel a re-prequel or whatever. But it's also just, it's one of the better animes to come out in a while.
I honestly believe if it wasn't in the same season as Vinland and Attack on Titan, it would have been the best anime this season.
Well,
like it's my third.
I just, man, I think I said from the very beginning that I have my expectations for this was greatness, because that's how much I believe in the studio, and I don't feel I've been let down, not a bit. So this is par for the course, kind of, for me.
Just to give you guys a more tangible, like, how great this episode was. I've been checking the rating on Trigun Stampede ever since it came out, and I watched the score steadily decline with this first 3 episodes, because people were watching it, looking at the CG and going, this isn't OG Trigun, where's the 2D animation, how come Vash is this way, blah 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 blah. So I watched the score decline, and just with this episode, it went from being like a 7.4 series to a 7.8, and that's a big jump to make, considering it's the last episode, because a lot of people are already locked in with their opinions on how they're going to score something, and for people to change their entire opinion on it to raise the score even by that much is a testament to how great this episode was. And hopefully when season 2 comes out, and a lot of the people who aren't just there to complain about it not being the OG Trigun, when we have just the people that appreciate Trigun Stampede for what it is, the score is going to look a lot better. I'm projecting it to be like in the 8.5 range, which by my anime list standards is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very highly rated. Like probably one of their highest rated shows ever. If not their highest rated show they've ever done. Easily. So I'm glad to see the show has succeeded in spite of all the trolling and dishonestry going around about Trigun Stampede and what it is or what it isn't. So it's good to see that your boy was right all along. Just saying. Always been. I'm gonna say it. I've always been right about.
Is that what you're saying?
I've always been right about CGI. Always have. I've always been right about Studio Orange. I've never Orange in the last like 7 or so years, or however long it's 5. I don't know. Whenever I started watching them in 2017, they've not disappointed. They haven't released an anime where I went, I don't want to see that. And they haven't released an anime that hasn't made a splash in some way, or hasn't pushed the medium of 3D animation forward in some way. And like, to explain this episode in terms of its visuals, the big climax is when July gets destroyed and Knives and Vash are free falling in space, coming back down to Earth. It's some of the most exquisite CG animation, not just anime, but that just in general I have ever seen. It was just done so well. The camera, it almost looked like something you would see in Dragon Ball Z, like weirdly enough, but much more dramatic, and it paid off so well. It's
pretty great.
I cannot forget seeing Knives' face as his skin is slowly burned away, and as he grasps at the cube, and his fingers are, all it is just bones and tendons that are left, trying to grab onto the cube.
Yeah. And did you love what he said too? I thought that was perfect too, when he said, the Nai you knew was dead, you killed him.
Yeah.
That's when he stopped being Nai and became Knives.
Oh my god.
I thought that was perfect.
And then the stuff with Rim, turns out, yes, that gigantic alien tree thing that was created from Vash and Knives was basically a monument to Rim. And once again, they killed it. So Rim is such an integral figure throughout this first season, and she dies in the first like 5 minutes. And I was going back over it today. I was just going back and scrubbing through all the scenes of season 1. She's in this season a lot, like almost every episode.
Yeah, she really is.
So she
doesn't just say, take care of Knives, and then you never see her again.
Yeah. She's, oh my god. It's just, this series is so great, and I'm very, very excited for season 2. I think Satsuki's right. I think once we get all the people that are concerned trolling out of here, and they, I don't know, fuck off and watch Demon Slayer or something like that, which is CG.
Well, that's what you get a lot of the times in season 2. If you notice, it's rare, unless the season is just bad, that a season 2 score is worse than the season 1, because the people who are on season 2s are like genuine fans of the series. So a lot of times with the first season, there are people that are kind of casually viewing it, don't really care about it, but they still watch it, and they may score it lower than it may deserve. When we get to season 2, those are people who really like the series enough, and they'll judge it more as fans than just. Sometimes you get like the contrarians in there with the first season, but they kind of dissipate as the seasons continue. That's why if you look at Attack on Titan, the seasons the score for it gets better and better and better. But
yeah.
Oh man, Mara has boobs.
Oh yeah, she does. But I must say, I don't like this season of Trigun because, well,
Not enough
it
guns.
just doesn't look cool.
A bunch of Zoomers.
He's a hipster now. He wears
God.
hipster glasses and, you know, he's emo now.
People out here, they're dumb. A lot of dumb people.
Yes.
Saying a lot of dumb
Meryl
things.
does have boobs, so.
I just love how they. I feel like it's almost. I don't know. I feel like they knew how people will react to Trigun.
Yes.
The fact that they had Millie be introduced at the very end.
Yeah, they had to know what they were doing the entire time. They had to, and I think it was perfect, because if you think about it, with this first season coming out, you got all the concern trolling and people and conjecture like, oh, it's controversial, and because they don't got Millie back. Where's Millie? Where's the tall girl? And then where's the original Vash? Why does Vash look like a Fortnite kid or whatever? And then this they literally designed it so that we could have those people be proved wrong, and then go, oh wait, oh I think I like this now, because it's got all the things that I love about Trigun again. I was wrong.
Yeah.
They
But
had,
now we can
had
take
to.
those people and say, you know, you didn't like it from the jump. You get to be at the bottom.
Yeah, they gotta eat crow, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I am excited for the season 2. I'm excited to
Same.
see what they do with a more focused outlook on it, because I think that was our issue with the OG Trigun. While we liked it, there was a lot of filler in it. There were a lot of episodes that they could have just plain cut out of it, and it would have probably worked a lot better. And we were also complaining about our knives, like him being lackluster in comparison to Legato. In season 2, we have the stimulus package that is Millie, who could bring the comedy back to the series. We have Nas, who has established himself as the guy in season 1. So if he makes his resurgence, it'll be business as usual. You still got Legato, who hasn't really done anything, who could still do what he did in the OG Trigun. And
Bro. Oh my god.
it's just so much great potential.
So
with this.
excited. I can't wait for them to go to the town with all the water that's being ported. I wonder how they're gonna do that. I can't wait for them to run into
I'm
the.
ready for the donuts.
Oh my god, and the donuts! I can't
black
wait for
cat.
them. Oh my god,
Yeah, the black cat to return.
it's got to return. Oh my god, what if they bring back the original opening?
Oh no, that would that would be. I would scream.
Dude, here's the thing. I think this opening is also just as good. I'm gonna be honest.
It's pretty good.
Opening.
It's pretty good.
Like I loved this. I really love this opening. It was the perfect combination of music and imagery, and that's exactly what the original one was. So it's good stuff. Good stuff. But yes, if they brought back the original opening, oh my god, I die. And then the original ending too. Holy shit! I can't wait.
It's so crazy too, because we don't have we can do away with introductions to characters.
Yeah.
'Cause, we got to set up.
Right.
So a lot of times we got to set up things. We don't have to set up Nicholas. We don't have to set up Legato. We don't have to set up Knives. They can just go right into the story immediately.
Yeah, I think the only thing they're gonna have to set up is the gung ho guns. That's it.
True. And even then, they
Yeah,
are already established. It's just that I guess they have to, reestablish themselves, like their goal or whatever.
The fuck is Mid Valley the Horn Freak gonna look like? Is he gonna drop the sax?
I mean, he'll probably be way better than the guy we got last time.
Mid Valley the Horn Freak, it just sounds like somebody who's like very kind of like calm, cool, and collected that kind of manipulates the situation. So I just wonder what he's gonna be like. Oh my god, dude! You know what? Gears of War anime that's coming out. Put orange on it. They do fucking amazing.
Gears of War anime?
Yeah, it's confirmed
I
they're
thought there
doing
was
a Gears
a
anime.
show. I didn't know there was an anime, but hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah. Oh, that should be good too.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Millie looks like. I mean, she's probably gonna
Wonder
look
if
the
she'll have
same.
the same sense of humor. I'm so curious.
They gotta. What are they gonna do in the dub version? Because the dub for this as well is amazing. If you haven't watched the dub for Stampede, it's better than the original. So, which isn't hard, you know. But
I definitely rewatched this and dub, which I usually don't do if I already watch something, but I'm not interested. I'm thinking about like how great Millie or Meryl will be too, because why am I forgetting his name? he has an easy name. I keep forgetting his name.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Because of like his influence on Meryl and there being a 2-year time skip, she's going to obviously be the mature one now. And I think because of that, her relationship with Millie is just going to be more meaningful because she'll probably see herself, her past self in Millie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's now an insurance person again. She's no longer working with the news.
She's working for the Bernardellian Insurance Society.
Mm-hmm.
They're back.
She's back to doing what she originally was doing. So there you go. Another change that happened, but now she's back to what she was doing.
Is the first episode of the next season gonna be, or one of the episodes of next season? I guess you couldn't do it next episode, but is one of the episodes in season 2 gonna be the episode 1 opening where they blow up the house with all the guns?
That would certainly be interesting. It won't look as cool in my opinion, but
because you could have the whole thing of like all the people like second guessing Millie as like some idiot, and then she pulls out the minigun. Oh my god!
She has to have the minigun.
Millie.
I love this so much. This is great.
I wonder if Nicholas is going to stay alive because now we don't. Well, I don't know. They may still have that priest guy, but things are a little different for Nicholas.
Yeah. It's gonna be. Oh my god. Yeah, and the stuff. Wolfwood was pretty. He wasn't as involved in this season. He was just kind of there throughout. So. Oh man.
You just basically kind of knew his backstory and where he came from.
Yeah. Oh my god, this anime is so good. It's so freaking good. If you haven't already, I 100% recommend this anime. Even more than I already did.
And I passed it.
Yeah, this is a killer pass week, so at least for this episode in Vinland Saga. So yeah, I give it a pass.
Yeah, it's an easy pass. So pass.
Let's go ahead and get into our final episode of the, once again, short show this week. Running out of shows to cover because we're at the end of the season. Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 12.
Damn.
Also a banger. Holy crap. I don't even know where to start with this one either.
So much blood. This is the most violent episode that we've seen in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've seen nothing but farming and stuff. I mean, not to say that that's a
violent
bad thing.
in a different way.
I'm not complaining. But, like... So... I was thinking it was going to be... Because I remember you asking me the question, Saskia, about how would they use, Omar to do the killing and stuff. I was thinking it was going to be this huge intricate thing of like maybe brainwashing him into do all this stuff. If I knew it was just one of those, oh, just set him up and try to arrest the father, I would have been like, oh, well, there's that option too.
Yeah.
I guess I was just thinking like real intricate, and I just was like, oh, it's going to be this I didn't know it was going to be literally the next episode that they would start doing this stuff. I was like, oh, okay, so that's how they did it.
Yeah, I was trying to steer y'all in the right direction by trying to say like, okay, but he said that he wanted to use his stupidity, so I was trying to like do the whole like.
Oh, you're right, Sachi. It's going to be even more intricate.
Well, yeah, I was thinking it was going to be this freaking arc of like 3 episodes of what's going to happen, but no, it was literally just like, just blame the kid and arrest the father. That's all it was. But no, I definitely enjoyed it. Freaking Thorkill. Wait, Thorgill?
Thorgill.
Okay, I always get Thorkill. That's a character, right?
Thorkill is Thorkill,
Thorkill.
and then Thorgill.
That's it.
Thorgill.
It's a lot of Thors in this show.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's a Viking. But yeah, Thorgill. My God, that man can fight.
Bro, like, I knew he was kind of a badass before, but holy shit, he reveled in cutting all those people, like some of them in half from the waist.
Oh yeah, he cut a couple of dudes in half. But can we talk about the guy that could literally throw a fucking quarter and like,
oh my God,
you and kill a butterfly?
Dude, that was crazy.
Like, my God, I'm like, who? Well, I didn't know who that guy was, but then all of a sudden he blinded him and then he got him killed. It's like, oh, that guy, okay. I don't know what I guess he's known as Quarters, because he's just flicking quarters into people's eyes. I'm like, damn, what a way to go. But yeah, as soon as Thorgill knew that he was going to get arrested, because he was talking like, oh no, they ain't going to arrest me, this is what they do amongst warriors all the time. I think that's when he knew. He was like, oh shit, we're being set up. And I loved how he knew something was up. And then that's when he's asked, he said, hey, what is the reason for all this? And I mean, after the guy lost an eye and a hand, he told him it was all just to get him arrested, just to get his farm. So now I am so curious to know what's going to happen now, because Leif Erikson's going to finally get reunited with Thorfinn, and now there's going to be apparently a freaking war coming to Kettle's farm.
Isn't that?
Holy shit.
Imagine Kettle that morning. Oh, I'm just so excited to farm. And then by the end of the day, it's like, shit. Fuck. There's going to be a war on my farm.
I could just imagine how he felt. Like, he was just going there just for a visit to the king, and then all of a sudden, Thorgill, what the fuck happened? What are all these dead bodies? Who did this?
He just starts strangling Thorgill like Homer with Bart. Why, you little dope?
Why, you little... But Dad, trust me, it had to happen. Omar killed somebody that I had to join in.
Oh man. And the whole scene with Omar getting his first kill was also pretty heavy. It was very similar to when Thorfinn would go and fight Askeladd, particularly the first time he fought Askeladd. And that's what it kind of reminded me of. Because you could see that anger, like he was being... By the way, them laughing at Omar was hilarious. I've never seen the most ugliest laughing faces in anime ever. Like, holy crap. So Omar's like, oh, you fucking laughed last time. So he does a duel and he like ends up killing the guy with assistance from Quarters.
He never, honestly, he never would have killed that guy, even though he wasn't that. You could
He
tell he
would have been
wasn't that
killed.
strong. He would have been killed, but because he got a quarter in the eye, yeah, that's what did him in.
Yeah,
But-
Omar, before I was, not that I wasn't interested in Omar, I liked Omar as a character, but now after this, I'm kind of like, okay, let's see what Omar can do, like, see what happens, what comes from this.
Yeah, because I mean, it's true what they say. You never really know what it's like until you kill your first person, and then it happened with Thorfinn when he was 5. Omar did it when he was a young adult. I don't know if Einar killed anybody yet. Maybe he's killed one person. I can't remember if he's killed anybody or not, but it really does change a person after you do that. Ask anybody that's been to war. They'll tell you.
I mean, I've killed like 800 people, something like that. So, I tell you
Oh,
right
yeah?
now, yeah, it
Fucking
got, the more you do it, the more fun it is.
Okay.
So yeah, it definitely does change people. Sometimes you eat their bodies. So
Well,
it's
so,
just good recycling.
my name's Everything Animated. You can find me at.
You guys never eaten a dead body?
No.
once or twice, but he's counting.
I mean, I would prefer a body that's freshly dead opposed to just been dead for days, because then that becomes like jerky at that point.
Well,
That's how you
it's like
preserve it.
it's like dry aged meat.
Yeah.
Dry aged meat.
It's more tender.
But cannibal etiquette aside, I think we asked a question like last podcast, who was the real antagonist? Because we were talking about Canute. I mentioned the
Kettle.
Crown, Kettle. He was also a mention. You know what I think the real villain is now? Looking at this episode, if we're
Kettle.
also no. I think the villain, if it doesn't have to be a character, if it could be some abstract idea, I think it would be toxic masculinity, because that it's like that has so many victims in this show. It isn't even funny. When you look at Thorgil, because I was looking at how people were reacting to Thorgil, and
When man spreading
you guys
kills.
you guys thought he was pretty cool. And then people have like the opposite reaction for Omar. Everybody thinks he's a bitch. Everybody's like, he's a pussy. Fuck Omar. But that's the problem. It's the fact that you're not allowed to be a coward in this world, and it's leading a lot of people into their deaths. Because what led Omar to doing what he did wasn't even because he lost the fight. It was because Thorgil told him to get up. A man, a warrior, can't let this insult slide back or slide by. You have to kill or be killed.
Ah.
And because of that, that's what led him to do what he did. Because Thorgil got he thought of it, Iron Fist Kittle. He heard those stories. He became who he is. And it kind of also showed you the difference between like nature and nurture, because they both came from the same parents, but because Thorgil was raised in an environment with a whole bunch of warriors who were really killers, and Omar was raised on a farm where, I mean, there were killers on there too, but he was raised by kind of a pacifist father. You see the difference in those characters, but what remains constant with both of them, they always have something to prove. They got to prove that they're a man by killing other people or throwing themselves in battle, and that's how they validate their self-worth. And I think it isn't until you're comfortable with who you are that you can escape these stupid battles. And I think that kind of ties into the whole thing of what Thor said to Thorfinn with, you have no enemies.
That's true. Because Thor's, when he got older, he let go of that. when he became a father and had kids. What did he say? Like he like saw his wife mad, and then he said,
that was the first time she ever got mad.
yeah, because he was like, well, first of all, he was holding his daughter wrong with the head just flying back and everything. Like, oh, look at this baby. He's like, hold the head.
Do this. I didn't get the manual.
And then like I feel like he was gonna go out and fight and everything, but I don't know. I feel like that's when he saw her mad, and that's when he realized, there's more important things to life than just fighting. I could whoop anybody's ass. I'm Thor's, goddammit.
Well, you know what they say. You know what they say, EA,
What do they
right?
say? No, what do they say?
War never
You're gonna get
changes.
copyrighted.
Well, I didn't even hear that. What was that?
Ron Perlum saying war never changes.
Oh, but yeah, it is true. And what I was gonna say is see it in Kettle too. Like he was this badass, and look at what it's done to him. He's a big old crybaby now. So I mean, it's definitely a facade, because it's like, yeah, you're tough and you're badass, and you're a legend in the Viking lore and everything, but
The Legend 27.
deep down, the actual person deep down is just crying and cowering because it really fucks you up. The post traumatic distress, absolutely it does. I mean, Thorfinn is prime example of that.
Yeah. PTSD's a bitch. I got family members who have it, so it is
Yeah,
something,
so-
and that's definitely a
is-
big factor in this.
Yeah, it's definitely a very interesting way to say that there, Sasuke, where it's, you see a person as this big badass masculine whatever, and yeah, that essentially that is the thing that'll get you killed. But if I learned anything from the Back to the Future movies, is he's an asshole. Who cares if he calls me chicken?
Yeah. I think that's also why Aslad in general just hated the Danes, because he saw them as like these war-hungry beasts. He hated the Vikings.
That's
Oh,
what
wait,
my,
and
that's
that's
what my
another thing,
girlfriend
too.
calls me every night. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Hey, yo!
I think you might want to get out of that relationship, too. I think you. Yeah, your relationship history isn't looking too good. Because then now you're going to Canute, who's an asshole.
Yeah.
I liked
Yeah,
at the
just-
very end.
Does James Canute's turn out the way that he did?
Yeah, well, that's interesting because I like at the very end where Canute says he's doing this all for lost love, which is a callback to season 1 in the scene where near the end of the series, the prologue, he's like basically he has that dream with Ragnar, and then he wakes up and he talks to the Christian, and he's like, "What is love?" And I don't exactly remember the point of that scene or what was said, but he's that conversation with that man and him witnessing who's the guy that ate mushrooms, witnessing him fight
Bjorn.
yeah, witnessing him fight just and killing everyone, and witnessing all of this just and then being told basically that humans don't have love for one another. It is everything else around the, like, basically that is like love is basically it's like an abstract, I forget. Listen, it's okay. I don't remember.
It's just interesting with the mangaka who writes Vinland, Yukimura. If you look at planets, it has the same type of things that you're seeing here.
Oh,
And
did he
you
do
can
that as
just
well?
Huh?
Did he do Planet Tez?
Yeah,
Oh, that's fucking
that's
awesome.
his series. I mentioned this now too because there's a friend in my Discord who's reading it and he was posting some panels of it today, so that made me remember it. But yeah, that whole love theme. I mean, he has a character in his series named I, and I means love in Japanese, or like that's one of the characters in Japanese. So, and yeah, they do the whole love thing in there too. So he has a lot of the pacifist themes in there. He has a super goal oriented character in there named Hachimaki, just like Canute is here, and kind of like the pursuit of a goal and sacrifice of your humanity. Like he has both of that. And I mean, it's pretty interesting for anybody that likes Vinland. I would say get into Planets as well because it's a different series. It's sci-fi. They're in space, but the essence of what makes Vinland good, because it's not good because it's just a Viking show. It's more than just fighting or anything like that. Like they kind of show you the flaws with the Vikings. It's not meant to just be cool. And I think that's what that's why I like the what we're lagging.
It doesn't look like it.
Oh, well, but yeah, the things that make Vinland great makes Planets great. Shout out to Yukimura.
Yeah, I had no clue he did that story. That's one of my favorite anime. So that's crazy.
Anime is a lot different than a manga, but I think they're both they're both good.
Well, that's good to hear. Any final thoughts on this episode?
What do you guys think is going to happen with the farm? Thorfinn is bringing 70 John's Vikings, so I don't know if I don't know. Floki could come there himself, but all we know is 70 John's Vikings are coming with his 30 trusted men, which you can bet that those 30 men that he have are going to be some of his strongest. He's going to try to occupy that farm. But we have Leif, we have Thorgil, we have Omar, we have Kettle going back to the farm, probably knowing full well that, well, they might not know that he's trying to take over their farm, so who knows what they'll do. So what do you guys think is going to happen?
I think they're going to have to flee and escape at some point. I think they're probably going to try to defend the farm, but then they're going to have to flee.
What about Thorfinn though?
As for
Thorfinn
Thorfinn
and Einar.
Thorfinn's gonna get reunited with his uncle.
I think he's gonna fight. But I don't know in what capacity that will look like. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Like, this is the thing is like I just feel like I think the Yams Vikings are probably gonna win. A lot of people are gonna die, and Thorfinn is gonna be like, I'm dragged back into this shit again. He's gonna
back in,
and now he's gonna have to do the thing where he's like, I have to save my boyfriend Einar, so I have to fight. I have to take up arms and protect him. And then Canute's gonna be like, sea tactics, come here. I'm gonna be like, yes sir.
Oh, okay. Because let me put this into your mind. So, let's say they do come. The Vikings come and Canute has his men, try to occupy the farm. They don't care. They aren't necessarily there just to massacre everybody on the farm. They just need to occupy it and get those guys out of there. What do you think about the possibility of like the slaves actually like taking this chance to rebel?
That could definitely happen.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point where they probably could. And
then you got to think the people that are protecting the farm, with the exception of Snake, they're sellswords. So they aren't completely loyal to the farm.
Right. And, who knows? Maybe the king will be like, here's more money if you join our side. Sorry, Kettle.
And who do they have that's like really good at fighting? They have Thorgil,
They got Snake.
Snake, and that's it? I mean, we know Thorfinn, obviously, but
Yeah. So it's like 3 people.
Kettle,
maybe 4.
Kettle can't fight. So
Let's see, the old master.
he
can still fuck people up.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he's just gonna stay. They're gonna be like, we have to take this over. We're gonna kill you if you don't leave, and he's gonna be like, well, fucking do it.
Yeah, I could see him going out like that too. He's like, by God, I was born here. I'm gonna die here.
There's no country for old men.
Except for me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think they're gonna come back. There's gonna be a reuniting with Leaf and Thorfinn, which will be sweet. The Kingsmen are gonna be there. I have a feeling they may know that that's gonna happen because they kind of escaped and fled. So they're wanted men. They're fugitives. But
Yep.
there's going to be some type of fight, but maybe, who knows? Maybe it won't be as epic as we think it's going to be. It could come down to just talking of words. Just, let's talk this out.
Let's
we
kiss,
know
Canute.
you killed a bunch of people. We know this happened, but if you give up Kettle, we'll let the rest of you live, or something like that. So, it's very possible that they could give him up like that. I could definitely see that happening.
Kill or pass?
Oh,
Pass.
100% pass.
I'm killing it. Piece of shit show.
Why
Terrible.
not? Why? Because of the Canute?
It's because fake Thorfinn's better than the real Thorfinn, and we all know it.
Really? The bug-eyed one?
Yes. He's not the bug-eye one, EA. He's the best one. Get it right.
What he is the Kirkland brand of Thorfinn.
He's the great value, but instead of great, it's bad.
Great value. That's right.
I'm passing it. Great episode. I really enjoyed it from beginning to end, and I'm eager to see what they're gonna do in the next episode. I don't know if this is split core or not, so this could be
24 episodes.
Yeah, it's 24. I just don't know if they're gonna be doing.
I don't think it is. I think they're gonna do what they did last season, which was do all 24 at once.
Okie dokie. Fine with me.
Yeah, same here.
EA, I have a question for you.
What is that, Big Sexy?
Where can they find you?
Oh, hell. Speaking of Big Sexy, I used to sound like this, but now I sound like this. And
Damn.
you too can sound like this by subscribing to the EA.
That's it? That's all I have to do?
Yeah, and I mean, I have a Twitter and I have a Twitch, and I do stuff on those every once in a while. But hey, I'm not selfish.
There you go. Confirmation. EA is not selfish.
Yeah,
We've confirmed it here
but
first.
I do love shellfish.
See, now we really got to cancel you on Twitter.
No.
Satsuki, where can they find you?
First I want to say, what's good, Colin Bell? What's good, baby? Phil said, oh no, I missed it. Get the likes up for our boys to get blue check arcs.
Oh my God. Already got
Elon
one. I paid for
Elon is killing that app. He is destroying that app from the inside out. It's disgusting.
They
But,
didn't believe me till I put on the mask.
I think he's implemented another stupid policy, but you can still follow me on Twitter. You can see it, Satsuki the Savage. Same name as my Twitch name, Satsuki the Savage, where I am now playing Persona 5. We had a pretty great stream yesterday. Fun time. I'll probably play a rotation of 4 games: Persona 5, Pokemon Scarlet, or Pokemon Violet in this case, Ace Attorney, and I'm still thinking on the 4th game. I'm probably going to do some horror game, but yeah, for a rotation of those 4 games every Saturday, Sunday, around like 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, my YouTube, Satsuki the Savage, and my other gaming YouTube channel, which is Satsuki the Gamer, where I'm uploading my Danganronpa streams and future streams that are edited, more concise, and easier on the playback. So those are the places you can find me. And yeah.
As for me, I may have a video coming out this week. I don't know. I don't know. Just I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. I don't
You get
know.
what you get.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Thanks for everybody for coming out this week. Next week, I guess we're doing the award show. That would make the most sense. So there you
Gotta
go.
wear my suit and tie.
Gotta wear the suit and tie. We gotta bring out the fancy drinks. I think we're giving away power bath water, which is just empty jars, because she doesn't take baths. So yeah, show up if you want power bath water. There you go. Have a good week, everybody. See you later. Bye bye.
Johnny.
Later.